Welcome to Shaq's house. Shaq's house. That's our Shaq. You're now in Shaq's house. Welcome to Shaq's house.
Hey, what's up, folks? It's your boy Shaq House here. Hope everything's going well with y'all. This is what we're going to be talking about this week. We're going to be talking about a very obscure Marvel mutant character, but he's so obscure that somehow he had his own toy. Yeah, he first appeared in an issue of Deadpool's first limited series, and Fabian Nicieza and Joe Madureira are his creators. Who are we talking about? An Indian mutant by the name of Commcast. Yes, that's his name, Commcast. I know you're thinking who to yourself right now. Some of you are thinking who, and very few of you might know this character, but check it out.
I got a printout here of the cash flow of the bank for the past 2 months.
How do you get this information?
Just comes to you. This stuff just flies through the air. They send this information out. I mean, it's just beamed out all over the fucking place. You all have to do is know how to grab it. See on how to grab it.
Commcast. Commcast, his mutant power is an electronic form of telepathy. You see, he psionically receives electronic transmissions of data and stores them within his consciousness. But he does so passively in a manner that does not interfere with the original regular transmission, and he can receive electronic signals over a distance. Even isolating himself in a rural area did not render his mutant power inoperable. Commcast, his mind possesses an infinite storage capacity, containing all the data that he has ever been exposed to since his mutant powers manifested themselves. The data is streamed into his mind far faster than he can accurately scan it all consciously. So even though the information is present within his mind, it requires a combination of meditation, effort, and sheer willpower for him to locate and extract specific information upon command. To offset that limitation of his power, he uses a data filtering unit called the Dominus Objective, which possesses an artificial file search capacity. By routing it through his exoskeletal black box armor, as you can see here, it allows him to summon information in his mind at will merely by focusing upon it. Some fun facts. He's one of the few mutant characters from India, and his origin was that he was overwhelmed when his powers first manifested at the age of 13. His parents, they sent him to live in a rural area in India, sending him money and food, but when India's telecommunications industry began to boom, Garabed's power nearly left them catatonic. So his parents brought in, guess who? Charles Xavier, who helped Garabed understand and control his power. But Xavier, he left when he realized Garabed wanted to use his power for personal gain, thus becoming a wealthy information broker. He established the Executive Elite Organization, a superpowered and high-class mercenary organization that acted as both combat troops and information specialists. Bashur, he gained possession of cloning technology that allowed him and his top agents, Rive and Makeshift, to perpetually recover even from life-ending injuries using duplicated bodies and recorded memory engrams. Bashur, however, preferred to keep his original body alive and only used clone bodies for his field work, that is, his armored identity as Commcast. Apparently, he knew Cable years prior to encountering any X-Men teams, and he still holds a grudge towards Deadpool for killing one of his clone bodies during his first appearance. He later established his data-gathering service as the Black Box and a highly durable exoskeletal body to house his consciousness and to help disseminate the information that his power gathers. But an encounter with Cable led to a change of heart. But eventually, of course, Bashur returned to his role as a private information broker, and has not been seen since. He's not even on Krakoa. He has a daughter named Manisha Bashur, but she may have been fathered by one of his cloned Commcast bodies. Another funny thing about this character is that he was never really all that popular. Fabian Nicieza, his creator, I think was the only person that has written him throughout his entire publication history. Hell, he even had his own Toy Biz X-Men toy, even though he was not that popular, like I said. Also, his power. Do you guys remember the Games Master, the leader of the upstarts from the 90s? How the Games Master, his telepathy put him in constant telepathic contact with every sentient mind on Earth? Well, that's what Commcast does, except he does it all with electronic data transmissions, all of them throughout the planet. His power makes him a living version of Wi-Fi. He doesn't need line of sight, and he's got high absorption capacity as well. The man sees everything. Emails, phone calls, celebrity nude pics, there is no form of electromagnetic information that will escape his attention. Also, for Bashur, his astral plane equivalent is the information network, or infonet, or cyberspace, and that allows him to retrieve specific pieces of electronic information merely by focusing on them. And just to be clear, the infonet or cyberspace does not exist in a dimensional space. It's just an interpretation by the human mind of something that has no real landscape or features. It's a representational analog of a bunch of ones and zeros being transmitted electronically. And also, I'm sure the Federal Communications Commission knows about Comcast, but they don't bother with him since he's technically not stealing information. Oh yeah, additionally, he had the name Comcast before that well-known cable company did. Here's one mutant of similar background and ability.
Satellite signals, Wi-Fi, radio waves. Your computer can download them, and so can I.
So you can, access the internet without a computer. Just pull email out of your head.
Trinary. Trinary also has the mutant power of electronic telepathy, but her ability allows her to mentally communicate with machines and electronic devices. Her mind interfaces with and copies the properties of electromagnetic signaling, allowing her to sense electronic information being passed or transmitted through her environment, interpret that information, and biologically replicate transmittable signals such as these to control and operate systems that rely upon them. But it's unclear just how low-tech a device must be for it to be below her ability to influence. While she can sense and reprogram even signal-responsive nanotechnology, electronic devices lacking Wi-Fi reception or computer programming, such as battery-powered or corded devices, may be outside of her power scope. She can mentally scan computer hard drives or databases and can access wirelessly transmitted or cloud data. Trinary can also exert direct control over computer-based systems or mentally reprogram them to function under new directives after she breaks direct contact. Similar to Comcast, including the country of origin, and her power is the same as Sarah Vale's in Networks. But the difference between her and Bashur is that she's more of a technopath. While Bashur can piggyback on electronic information, Trinary can actually manipulate that information and the systems that house it. Bashur's not on Krakoa, but Trinary is. In fact, she serves a role with several other mutant technopaths to monitor developing Sentinel technology, and she was also part of the reformed X-Corp from Grant Morrison's run on New X-Men, allowing mutant involvement in the global market through pharmaceutical trades. Alright, I know that was really short today, Shackhousers, but that's what I got. I wanted to do something on Comcast for a long time, and I just did it. See which obscure mutant character I do next week. Until then, you have a good week. Later!
Mansion, apartment.
Shack house. Yes!